I know there's a drought, I know the gardens need it, but it's still crap when it rains, isn't it? Much prefer the sunshine. So, hello, hope you're well. You catch us at the back end of the working week this week. I'll turn you around and I'll show you what's been going on without you. Right then, we'll get the boring stuff out of the way first and I'll tell you how the week went. Tuesday, me, Mick and Mark insulated and plasterboarded as much ceilings as we could in the day. The plumbers were here, so it was really noisy, so it made it difficult to film anything. Plus it's only plasterboarding a ceiling. You've seen that 1,000 times, I'm sure. Then yesterday, Wednesday, me and Mick carried on doing as much as we could. We got that room done, we got all the landing done, we got all the stairwell done, all up there. This wall's yet to be done, obviously. The ceiling's done, all the heavy lifting's done, because I knew that Thursday, Friday, it would just be me on my own. Oh, God. But there we go. That's as much as we can do there. I've got to put the vent in there for the shower. So, that's done. So we've got as much heavy lifting done as possible, so I could then, today, go around, do all the light stuff, so I can insulate and plasterboard both sides of this wall. I could do the bits above the door and this reveal here. We can't do this room yet because there's all the wastes to go in for the bathroom, or the ensuite upstairs, we should say. Yeah, so I'm going to go around, plod round. All that's first fixed, as you can see. Plumbers have been and gone, so I can insulate and plasterboard that, as well as the back of this wall. But I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, well, we stay at Monday. What happened Monday? Well, Monday, Mick and the window fella, Andy, fitted these bad boys. So they're in. French doors, window here, bathroom window with the satin glass. All very nice. So ready for the plasterer now to do his prep work and skim his out, and he's here next week. So a bit of an afterthought with the old coax, but we've got that sorted. Another thing that's happened, I'll show you better from outside, but this, now the doormat is fully done, roofers have been and gone. All leads in place, everything. So all that is complete. And then as soon as they've gone, the heavens have opened and we're watertight, so there we go. So that's that. So today I will be working on my own, which is horrible. So it's going to be a bit of a time-lapse fest, this episode, I think. Because I want a radio on, so I'm going to go insane. I'll show you what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and then yeah, and then I was going to plod on and do whatever I can, as I say, on my own. So that is that. The first thing I'm going to do will be a big clear up, because I fell into the trap of thinking, oh man, let's just get out of here. Let's get out of here. The customer isn't here. There's no need to tidy up today. We'll do it in the morning. And then as soon as you do that, a couple of nights on the trot, you're left with an absolute bomb site. Unacceptable. Rich will be going crackers when he sees this. Oh no. So first things first, I'm going to tidy up, sweep up, a couple of skip runs, and then crack on with some more, what's the word I'm after? What word am I after? Constructive stuff. That's it. Tidy your scrap up words. Right then, let's crack on.
Klappat hakten alla Gullfest hela dagen. Lite mjöl från livets grottekvarn. Gullfest hela dagen. Små på stort, det har vi alltid gjort. Så det är gullfest hela dagen.
Right, I'll stop the time lapse to ask you the age-old question. I'm sure you will watch YouTube, you've watched it many times, and you've been asked this question loads of times, but I really would appreciate your answer. Time lapse or no time lapse, we don't know what to do as a channel. I personally don't find it that particularly interesting to watch, unless it's building, say, a stud wall, and then in 10 seconds you can all see it going up, like reversed on a nose, like straight up. That sort of thing is pretty good, but what I've just done, do you want to see it? Do you like the music? rather I just told you what I was doing and then just cut to when it was done? Don't know. Over to you. You let us know, and we'll do it, because we're trying to make it as entertaining as possible, and we don't want to go too much down our own road if it's not working. So please let us know. Right, that being said, I'm cleaned up now in every room. In fact, to stop whizzing you around, I'll turn you around. Give me two. And we're back. So I've got everything away from the walls that we're working on. Yes, I've got to take those lights down, but I'll do that as and when. This is ready to be plasterboarded. There's no board catchers to put on. There's no nothing, so I can just go for it. But I'm going to get some thicker insulation for there. I think I'll pick some up either tonight or first thing in the morning. So my plan is, and you need a plan if you work on your own, you've got to be methodical, else you'll just create mess in every room and not a lot will get done. So I've got some framing out to do first. So I'm going to do woodwork first. I'll get some noggins across there and there and there and then there, just to add a bit of structure and strength to the plasterboard when I put that up. As and when, I've also got to pack or noggin this out across here, so I can plasterboard across there straight away across. So I'm going to do that somehow, as yet undecided how I'm going to do that. And then once that's done, then I can plasterboard this wall, insulate and plasterboard this wall, which I think I will do straight after that. So woodwork first, then we'll move on. And I'll stay in the bathroom, stay in that one room until I've done all that I can do. Then I can move into here and I could finish off this plasterboarding along there, which hopefully will give me offcuts so then I can plasterboard around here. I'm going to do all the dry work today. I've decided what I'm going to call dry work, which is just woodwork, framing out if need be, and plasterboarding. All my wet work, as I'm going to call it, if I need to knock up some plasterboard adhesive, which I will do for there. I'll tell that in a sec. Other stuff, I've got some bricks to put in, so I can knock some compo. I'll do all that tomorrow. So dry today, wet tomorrow. Opposite to the weather. Here, as you can see, well, I'll show you. Once this goes on, we purposely built this wall so we'd have that gap there, so we can plasterboard adhesive behind there, a bit of dot and dab behind that. But what I'll do today is I'll get the boards on, tack them on just with a couple of screws, just so then I can work out all my cuts and get them all done. And then tomorrow I can take them off, and then when I've got the plasterboard adhesive knocked up, I can just put it on there and then go for it, and then that will be done. And then obviously I can do all this across here. So I think that's my plan, and I will just continue to plod on and do it. So no more time lapse for the rest of the episode. As I say, let us know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, and I'll just blast through this. Right, hopefully you can see me. I've got a couple of questions about the tool belts that we use on like the old toughbuilt setup that they've got. All I do, it's got a normal belt, just I forget what sort of class that is, but I think it's got a combat belt or something stupid like that. It's only about £5 off eBay. And then I'll just add the toughbuilt, beg your pardon, clips to it. I don't like the work shorts that have got all the hoops in, all the flappy pockets. I don't like them. So I'll just put that on, and then I've got my hooks on, and then whichever one I want to wear, I can just get it out of the van, pick it up, put it on, and away I go. I've got loads of different ones, but this bigger one, which I use for the plastering, when I plaster boarding, I beg your pardon, so I've got the rasp in it, and I'll have the pad saw and that sort of thing. Bigger pouch there for loose screws if I need them. That can go in there if I need it. If not, which I don't at the moment, that just comes straight back off. It's got a little flappy thing that I can sit it on the windowsill or sit it on the floor out the way, so it doesn't all. I don't have to put it on the floor and all things fall out. So that's pretty good. So that's why I like it. And then at the end of the day, just take it off, put it somewhere, hang it up, and you're done. So that's how I do it anyway. And one thing it doesn't do though is make you look cool. If you think it does, it does. So but they are essential. So I'm going to measure these now. I've got a little scrap of plasterboard. I'm going to write the measurements down, take it into the other room, do all the cuttings. So all my cuttings in one room, so all the messes in one room, which we wasn't doing yesterday. So I will do that, get them all cut, bring them in, nail them up, and move on. Another thing about these belts as well, toughbuilt ones set up like this, is that if that gets in your way, if you've got like a preset tall belt, everything's where it is. I know you're supposed to wear them backwards or whatnot, and that's not always, well, the right way around. Just have them round your back, not round your front. Just move around, move the side, it's just easy. Just got no belt loops in the way if you do it like this. You know, that's something you want it there for a little bit, or you bend over and it's in the way, you can just move it around, it's whatever, man. It's up to you. Right, check this out. I've got to cut this up into 200mm increments with less weight as possible. Random offcut, and check that out. Rough with the smooth, rough with the smooth. Beautiful. Thing is, smooth ain't always lottery wins. There you go. So if you crash your car and your missus has left you, just remember that things aren't always that bad, because one day you'll pick up an offcut of timber and it will be the correct size. Beautiful. There we go. Basic stuff. It's just to add a bit more structure to the plasterboard when I put that on. Might need another one in there. It's got to make sure it doesn't foul the light. It's got to make sure that goes exactly where I want it. So I might have to offset it a little bit, but to be honest, for plasterboard, that's perfect. But it'll be overkill. Right, moving on to this task. And the reason why I cut those 200mm up is because my plan is to attach them to the upright like this, so it's touching the steel, but purposely leaving it proud. So when I plasterboard on the underside of it, it's going to shoot across the face of the steel. But I want a gap there in order to be able to fill that gap with plasterboard adhesive, so it all goes nice and solid and it doesn't move. Now the way I'm going to do it, attach each one so they're all level, because I'm on my own, it's a bit awkward, is I'm going to get a piece of plasterboard, put it flush with the one side, mark the other side as so I should say. Hey, nearly. Get rid of that. That leaves me mark, and if I do that on all of them, I can fit that up there, attach it to the mark like so, like that, and if I do that on each one, they will all be level, providing your steel's level, which this is, as we know. And if you don't know, go and check out our other videos, because it's all on there. There you go. All fairly simple. Another job done. I've also put 2 pieces of timber in here, because it's just occurred to me that there's going to be a bath along here, and the head of the bath being there. Actually, the taps are going to be in the middle, so that might be the foot of the bath, I don't know. Either way, there's going to have to be a batten attached to the wall in order for the bath to sit on, for it to take the weight, blah blah blah. It's all part of the proper insulation of it, so I thought I'd best put a noggin in there. The reason why I've gone so deep with it is because I'm not entirely 100% sure the height of the bath, so I'll put that in so I can't miss it. I've had a quick Google, but it tends to vary, but I've put that in the middle. I think it's about there where the actual measurement is, so up or down a lot, and they'll still hit it. So that's why I've done that. It is a bit wet because that's the only timber that I've had. It was outside, but it's going to have no detrimental effects at all being in there. So now I can insulate and plasterboard this wall, which I'm going to do. That's all insulated. That's standing off a bit because it's just behind the pipes, in front of the pipes I should say. Just push them off where it goes around that noggin there, but when the board goes on it'll push it back. No worries. One thing I have got to check is that, as you can see, this frame sticks out. It's a fire door frame or whatnot, so we've done it flush to one side Once that's plastered, the architrave will go over that, no issues. But here, it's a lot proud, as you can see. So, one bit of plasterboard will leave that, which means that gap you can see there, that distance when the architrave goes on, we'll have that same gap there behind the architrave. So do you fill it or do you try and pack the plasterboard out a bit? Well, if I double board it, I'm over that much, which is worse, a lot worse, because then if you were to architrave on top of that, that gap will be frame side, which is a lot harder to fill. In fact, that'd be an absolute nightmare. But I have got is some 9.5mm plasterboard. If I was to put that on first, then I'm still over. I'm still wrong the worst way, if that makes sense. So I've decided I'm just going to do it once, single board it, have that gap behind the architrave, and then fill that. It's a lot easier to run it down, run some timber down the table saw to pack that out with, and then fill and paint that, than it will be doing anything else. So that, I think, is what I'm going to do. There we go. That's that bit done. All insulated, as you saw. I've just put these, I've cut this oversize, just put it in just with a couple of screws there, and then I've cut that one to size. I think I've only got one screw in it, just so it's up there out of the way so it can't get damaged or whatnot. And then I'll just take that one off tomorrow, slacken them off a little bit, get some adhesive under, get it nice and level, and then screw it all back on. I am now a bit short on that ceiling board there, unfortunately. I could have, I had room to move this one over as well. That's a bit of a faux pas on mine, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine once it's well, a bit of bonding and beading, bonding, taping, then skimmed over. It'll be fine. So that's that done. I'll draw my lines on now, and then do that tomorrow. Go around. I keep saying it, but this fez tool is amazing. Look at this. Done. Brilliant. Right then. So I'll move on now. I think I will move across the landing to this room. Board that front and back, and the reveal. Where are we? Ta-da! Insulate that, board that, ready. Right, that's enough for one day, I think. The hell that is on your own with no radio. What was I thinking? Well, I wasn't thinking, was I? That's the problem. Right, I shall show you how far I've got. Don't get too excited. Well, with all the doors up here, I've gone down the sides of them and I've cut these ready, the bits above the doors, sized them all up, and they're all ready to go. That's got to be insulated with stuff I've got to buy tomorrow, which I've said. In here, utilise some offcuts, and they're all done. That one I think is there. That one is a top one, that's all ready to go. They've got to come back off to be insulated, and I think I'm going to buy some 50mm sound insulation to go in there as well. It's only a stud wall between the two bedrooms, so I think that's going to be beneficial. How good it is, I don't really know, but I shall try. In here, I've backed this up. Again, that one there is for that there. The reason why I haven't put it on, because this side can all be finished, because I'll obviously insulate from the other side. But we've got the cables for the lights going everywhere and through the top of the doors as well, which is why I haven't put the top of the doors on. And they are red hot, so I decided I'll just cut them all ready and do them in the morning once they've gone cold overnight. That's done, and there, light switch is in. All that is ready, and in here, as you know, this is ready as it can be for tomorrow. So that's it. That's day one of hell over. Oh, one mistake I have noticed, and I've walked past it all week, and it's our fault because, well, it's not the electrician's fault basically, but right there is going to be a window. And we've let him put a cable straight through the middle of it, literally straight through the middle. So we've got to get that changed. But that's our fault, or my fault. And also, I haven't noticed it. I've walked past it all week and it was done last Friday. So there we go. Yeah, so that's it. Day 1 fell over. Day 2 yet to come. Stay tuned. What will happen? Oh no, just remember your radio, Ed. Remember your radio. And this is it. Day 2. I'm working on my own. Good news, bad news. Let's get the good news out of the way first. Good news is, I've got a couple of helpers with me today. Say hello, you two.
Nope.
This is Sebastian Theodore Logan. This is Horatio Nelson's sister. We'll see how they get on. And I've gone and forgot my radio. That's the bad news again. So I don't know whether to go home and get it, but I've got to drop these pair off somewhere first. So we'll just crack on. I'm just going to crack on. I'm going to do it. Right, where are we? Just got the getting some materials, getting the insulation. Just bought it, waiting for it to be loaded onto the van, and then we'll get back to the place and then we'll make a start. Right, got to the job and all is not lost. I've got a bit of company. The plasterer's upstairs just prepping for what he's going to do next week. So we'll go upstairs in a sec and meet him. Up to me now, just bringing the insulation in that I've just got. And our first job is getting all these lights out from the ceiling. We're all in the way, going through all the walls and everything over there. So I'll get all those down, put them back up, going through the doors. So we've got a bit of light in here, and then I'll crack on with the plan. Moved all the lights. It was really easy. It only took 5 seconds. It wasn't difficult at all. Nothing got tangled. I'd never swore once. And yeah, it was just one of the easiest things I've ever done in my entire life. Insulated that. That's had 200mm insulation. Purely because, as you'll know, these timbers are really deep. The reason for that is, if you don't know, if you want to know, you can go back and watch other videos, but we've built it directly under the steel, so we've got the thickness of the steel, so it's not boxed in either the hallway, sorry, the landing or this bedroom, so it's invisible, so to speak. So that's why we've done that. I'm now going to put 50mm sound insulation in it because I've bought some for, I'll show you. I bought some for this wall, which is very important because that is just a stud wall between 2 bedrooms. So it's important that we try our best to try and deaden the sound between the 2 rooms there. But I'll have enough left over from what I've bought to do the back of that wall there. So I may as well. So I'll put that in there. Fucking hell. Not much to look at, but that's all on. I'll do me screws later. We'll move on to this one, which will just put the boards back off. 100mm insulated it. So right, let's see if this works. Time to put the 50mm insulation in. Yeah, there you go. It works. Right, plasterboard time. Just getting this wall up now. I just thought I'll show you. I've knocked up some plasterboard adhesive and I'm packing this gap out with it. You see that? It's about 20mm just there. So basically dot and dabbing this bit, screwing down there as I've done, and that's solid now. That's not flapping about or anything like that, so it'll be a nice solid job. So I'll continue that all the way across, finish the wall off, and then we'll move on to our next one. Right, that was easy enough. All the other work was done yesterday really. I've got some adhesive still left over, so I will go and do the steel in the bathroom with that, and then we'll see what to do after. What I've done, just done what I said I was going to, force some plasterboard adhesive all the way across, and then tightened it up, bit of batten. Actually, that's a piece of architrave I found. Don't know where that's come from. It's a bit precarious because it's got a ball nose on it, so I best not give it too much of a fiddle. So what I'll do now is leave it as it is, and then let it go off, which won't take long at all. And then before I go today, I will put more screws in the timbers across there, and I'll screw this one on, and then I can move on then, and that'll be behind us. Moving on to the dabbing now, and I've done all my cuts ready, and I've just put this one on. And I'm just showing you how I'm doing it. I'm getting some adhesive on the walls, which you've seen in other videos, especially our videos before. So I won't struggle and feel myself doing that. But important thing is, you get a feather edge, and then if the top needs to come in, I won't bang it because it's really loud. But if the top needs to go in on the level, then you bang it at the top, and if it needs to go in at the bottom, you do it at the bottom like that. The reason why you use a feather edge like that, or a straight piece of timber if you've got one, is just so it's even pressure all the way up. Because if I wanted the top of that, if it needed to go in towards the chimney, if I just hit the top like that, then this plasterboard will just bend over. I'll show you. It'll bend over like that at the top, and yes, it's gone in, but it'll be all out of shape then. So you need to keep as even pressure as you can as you're going up. And then another thing to check once it is level is just get a speed square out. I know it's a bit dark in here, sorry. And then just check your corners. And there's no wobbling that at all. And that's pretty good. Now this is a bedroom, so you could argue that it hasn't got to be spot on. However, if it was a kitchen, then you'll have units coming across here and potentially coming down there, and then you need that corner to be as 90 degrees as possible. Else you're in a whole world of hurt. So it's only going to make your life easier. But just because it's a bedroom doesn't mean that you shouldn't check it. But another thing to check is also, for definite, regardless of what room it is where the skirtings are going, because again, you want that to be as 45 degrees as possible. 90 degrees as possible, so your cuts are as close to 45, just to make life easy for yourself. If you just whack it on any old how, you're only making yourself more work and a lot more headache further down the line. So there's little bits to do now, which will just take the time now, and it will all just roll a lot smoother later in the day. Another thing I've done as well is I've overshot that by quite a lot. I never know how to do it really, because you never know how much dab you're going to need to get it out. So doing your cuts before you do it, I think is a bit of a nightmare. So what I like to do is oversail one side and then get it all nice and level, which it is now. And then I've got a definitive measurement now, which I can do that cut and I put that on, get that nice and level, get this corner 90 degrees. And then once it's all gone off, then I can just trim that off to the face of that one, and then that's as good as you can get it. If this corner then isn't 90 degrees, well, there's not a fat lot you can do, because something's got to be out in that case. If that's 90 and that's 90 and that isn't, then what can you do? If you can get that 90, then that won't be, or that won't be. So you got to pick one. He's got to roll with it, and yeah. Oh, crikey. Not Pablo Escobar. Right, end of the day, end of the 2 days of hell. I'll turn you around and ramble to you for a couple of minutes. So the bishops of the actress. I don't think I've done too bad. I think I've achieved, what I set out to. That's all done, insulated as you've seen. The bits above the doors are done. That bit was done as a, what's the word? Well, from advice of the plasterer, Matt, who we'll properly introduce to you next week. Yeah, that's done that. I think that's going to need, double board now to bring it out with that, and all that's then going to be boarded straight over. So a bit more work to do there, but it's insulated and it's all in. This room, I haven't managed to go around with my screws yet, but it's all plasterboarded and done. Holes filled up through there. I have done that bit, screwed the front bit on, put some more screws underneath. I might as well leave it on for the weekend. No one's here obviously, so it's not in anybody's way. Let it go off properly. So that'll be done once that's trimmed off. I've got a couple of boards on here. I don't think I can go any further than that, because look how tight that is there. Excuse me. How tight that is there. So the board is proud of that. So it sort of kicks in like that. So I'm good here, and I don't go any further. So I reckon we had to bond that in up to that, and then next week we'll just trim that off, and that'll be done. And that'll be done all around there. And then inside, finished off above there. Done this. That's all boarded and all in line. Blah blah blah. That's all done. And that is all on, as you've seen. Blah blah blah. So yeah, let that go off over the weekend. Trim that off, and then we're done. Right then, I shall shake my phone, and then we will appear in the loft. Ta-da! Pathetic. Hold on. That looks like a koala, doesn't it? 2 eyes, stubby nose. I can't not see that. Actually, hold on a minute. That looks like a head, doesn't it? There's the hair of a bloke. And he needs eyes and a nose and mouth. Anyway, either that or I'm going crackers. Matt's been in. He's done most of his taping and beading. I've lost a roll of scrim somewhere. It's got to be here, but I don't know where. It's annoying, that is. But as you can see, bathroom's done in its entirety. So he's good to go now, blasted out as of next week. And he's done his bonding. He's put a nice little radius where the flat roof meets the lean-to roof. So that could all be skimmed out. Any imperfections he's gone over. So he's happy, he's done. So that's that. And to end the episode, I will show you the loft from the garden. That'll look good. Gotta get that roof sorted though. We're racing ahead inside, and we really need to get that roof on just to cover ourselves, but we couldn't do it so the roofers have been and gone, and I have now. They've done a great job. See if we can zoom in a bit. Lovely. So, yeah, happy with that. Right, that's it. It's late. I'm going home. Hope you all have a great weekend. It's Bank Holiday Monday, on Monday, as you probably guessed. So, hope you've had a great one. It was probably a week ago by the time you've watched this. If you are still watching, really appreciate it. Thank you for watching right to the very end. Any questions, any comments, whatever, just put them in the comments below. We'll always answer them, and we're always appreciative of them, and look forward to them. So yeah, go for it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. You know, just press the button. It's all right. Don't worry, it won't bite back. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Right, see you soon. Bye bye.